Good afternoon, Flosstube. It's Pam, stitching between the lines. Today is January 11th, Monday, 2021, and about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's time for another Flosstube. Not because a lot of time has gone by, but because somehow there's piles. Things are piling up, and I'll lose all control if I don't, address them now. So anyhow, I am thinking I'm almost caught up on where I lost control of Flosstube over Christmas and New Year's. I think the most recent one I started to watch a little bit ago when I was folding laundry was taped on Saturday the 9th. So that's pretty good. I will admit that I've had to not watch a couple. Sometimes, let's do this. Let's just say it. Sometimes when people make a Flosstube and they don't really have anything to say, and I know they don't have anything to say because they make so many, I skip them. That's so bad. I should stop and redo this, but life is going to go on. I already stopped and restarted this once. Anyway, did I say it was Flosstube number 89? It is Flosstube number 89, and it's the beginning of the year. And I, in my last Flosstube, talked about how I didn't have my usual December starts, but I was feeling the need to start some things. So I started a few things the first 3 days of January. I actually had 5 things out, and starting something for 3 days, that was good. I was good. I can walk past the other couple things and not worry about them not being started. Like, it just sort of gave me that satisfaction, I guess. So starting the new year, I don't necessarily have a lot of interest in keeping like a rolling tally. I don't know what I finished I don't know how many things I finished last year. On the Stitch app, I'm sure I could go back through and pick them out. But anyway, I thought maybe out of curiosity to myself, when people talk about how many whips they went into a year with and how many they started in the year and then came out the other side with, that sort of intrigues me a little bit. Mostly I stay on top of things. I have some very long-term whips that I don't have a problem taking from year to year to year. Sorry, I'm messing with the microphone. It was sort of tipped funny. I don't have a problem carrying some of those things for years. Sometimes people talk about wanting to not have whips as they go into the next year. I don't know. It's just sort of a day on the calendar. I don't know. I think when it comes to mania, even though I say I'm not going to do mania the way I've done it in the last few years, it is a sort of a point when I really do keep a good record. So anyway, I thought maybe I'd get a journal and see if I can keep going. I don't know. We'll see. So I was looking on Amazon and I found this, and it just made me chuckle. It's bigger than I thought. I thought it would be a smaller calendar, day planner type thing. So at any rate, it doesn't, in January anyway, it doesn't have room over here for me to list out what I started the year with. So I listed them down here, alternating colors of ink so they stand out. So I'm going into the new year with 14 whips. I don't know what I went into 2020 with. And some of these are easy to finish this year, and some of them will certainly roll on, like Farms of Hawk Run Hollow and Kingdom of Books. I am positive those will not be done this year. So anyway, there it is. And then I did at this point what my starts were and then what I've worked on, because I'm still kind of trying to get back after Christmas into the working on whips for a week at a time. I usually like to work on one thing and finish it, and maybe hit or miss on a few other things just as a break. And I'm kind of feeling that a little bit, but maybe a week is good and I feel okay about moving on. So, okay. One of the things, I actually forgot 2 things in my last video. I forgot to thank everybody who sent me Christmas presents and well wishes and so on. This is me. This is just me. I don't have any problem watching anybody else do what they do when they receive a gift. I kind of don't really like to show publicly gifts. And the reason is that I feel like if somebody sent me a gift, a lovely gift or whatever, and it's much appreciated, and I thank them in person or by text or whatever, and somebody else says, well, wait a minute, I'm the good friend of theirs. Why didn't I get a gift? Like, to me, that just sort of like kind of horrifies me that that could happen. Absolutely, people can get gifts, send gifts, do whatever they want. That's just sort of a comfort zone with me. It's also another reason why I don't show much haul. I'll show an occasional thing, but as a weekly rolling thing, it's not about what anybody can buy, what anybody gets. And it's mostly for me not about making people feel bad. You know, I don't know, just because one person can continually buy stuff, and it's just not that, it's just not for me. So, but I would like to thank everybody. I'm thanking you here and now. I don't send gifts so that I get shown any, recognition on Flosstube. That's not why I send gifts. So anyway, there we go. And the other thing I forgot involves a whip. I forgot to show you on my last video a whip I worked on over Christmas. Let me put a picture right here of what it looked like when I started. Little House Needleworks, Lakeside Lodge, and there's a piece of paper in there with the kind of fabric. I'm doing it on 32 count Picture This Plus Mellow, which is kind of where I started to realize I don't like Picture This Plus 32. So you saw what it looked like before, briefly, quickly. So anyway, you saw the before. Here's the after. At this point, those little bears are so stinking cute, so cute. I had to take out this whole tree from, trunk up. There's something about it. You know where I went wrong on a prior Mania star was with, I don't know, one of the little leafy, things. Wasn't a tree. I just went wrong. I think maybe it was flowers. I don't know. So anyway, I had to take that out. So that wasted a lot of my time. It really is cute. I love the border. This like zigzaggy border is so fun. I contemplated leaving it out because if I try to finish it myself, a border accents where you didn't get it exactly straight, but I couldn't not do those like little this isn't finished yet, but I think it's an acorn and an oak leaf and the zigzaggy border. So that I worked on that over Christmas. This is still in my should be able to finish it in less than a week bin. But I worked on it for a few days. Like I said, over Christmas, kids are around, we're watching movies, doing whatever. So back in that bin it goes. And then the 3 new starts that I had because I lost all control. Well, I showed you, right? I finished ornaments all around, right? I showed you that. I'm up to the beading part. Let me just get it. It's right here, sorry. That was something falling on the floor that we need to see later, so I will be picking that up. Let me look. So there is a top. Not that it's necessary, but once you hang the middle bead, you'll want to know what's the top. Otherwise, it'll dangle sideways. So I'm pretty sure I showed you this. I'm at the phase where I need to do the beads. Almost every ornament has beads in it. There's a couple that do not. I think like the gingerbread men don't. But just looking at it real quick, I think most everything else has beads. Maybe these don't. These two do appear to be fully stitched and with Krynic, but their counterparts at the top and the bottom have beads. So I am gearing myself up for that. Beading takes sort of a designated setting up area. And I'm currently waiting still for the final freebie from the Shannon Christine Ornament Club to download. It was the December one. So out on my workspace is all the finishing materials for that final thing. I made mention, I think, that I finished all 14 of them, and I'll put a picture in right here of them hanging on their garland in the stairway. It's not a great picture, but it's a stairway in a hallway, so I can't like back up away from it. I can only be in one end or the other of the hallway. So anyway, let me show you the things I started on the beginnings of January. I went through, I was looking for something, I don't even know what, and I pulled out a bunch of Brenda Gervais patterns that actually had all their supplies with them, and Jolly Happy Soul was one of them. So on January 1st, I started him. He has had exactly 1 day of work on him. And I believe I can put this in my... we're fighting the sun. Imagine that. We haven't had sun in so long. I believe I can put that in my needs less than a week bin of projects. And then on January 2nd, I picked up another one of the Brenda Gervais that I pulled out, and that was Snowbirds. And I'm going to put this in my needs less than a week bin, but considering the amount of snowman involved, it might take a little more than a week. And somebody just posted on Instagram, I think, that's working on this, Dory. She said there's so many leaves, and I know sometimes just those fussy little things, even though it's not a lot of stitches, it just takes a while with the placement and the, you know, starting and stopping. So he's going in my less than a week bin. Who knows? We'll see. And then finally I started, back when I was trying to find who had the middle bead, the I think it's a star or a snowflake or something like that, for the ornaments all around, I found it on Stony Creek's website, and I was trying to figure out what else I might maybe needed from Stony Creek. So I started pawing through my projects and patterns, and I pulled this one out. Country Cottage Needleworks in the Meadow. I did another in the Meadow. I don't know where it is. Well, put away, because Christmas stuff's put away. Pattern a few years ago, but I just love that like phrase in the that goes in that song. So I was poking around, do I need threads for this? Do I need fabric for it? And it calls for Weeks Dye Works Scuppernog. And I don't love the green. I was trying to figure out what to do. So I ended up ordering from Stony Creek the gingham, the Weeks Dye Works gingham Scuppernog. And it is such a pretty, pretty color fabric for this. I think if I had even laid out that green for the leaves on here, I would have said no. But look how cute it is. It really just adds a little something that I was not appreciating in this pea soup looking color green in the pattern. So mine is 28 count gingham Scuppernog by Weeks Dye Works. Maybe the called for is the 30 Weeks Dye Works. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it calls for the 30 count, but I got the 28 count gingham. Woo! That went off in the last video. Nobody commented on it. That's my clock and over my sewing machine, and on the hour it plays a little Christmas song verse, and I like it, of course, because I like Christmas songs, but when my sewing room used to be off the family room in my other house, my kids used to go in and take the batteries out because they didn't like it. So that's kids for you. No kids here, so nobody's taking any batteries out. And then last week I got to work, so that was for January 1st was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starting Monday, I pulled a pattern out, a whip from Mania, and gave it a week, almost a week. I lied. I gave it 5 days. I gave it 1 day during Mania. Picture here. I gave it 5 days last week, and it's Sue Hillis's 'Twas the Night. And I was kind of pleased with the progress. Holly leaves and berries are tedious. Words in different colors are tedious. Look how cute it is. It really is coming out well. It really looks nice. On this fabric, this was my third fabric attempt to find something that worked. To me, it looks kind of yellow. In fact, it's almost more yellow looking than you see in that picture, but it is Monaco even weave antique white. Don't know where I got it. Have no idea. All the called for DMCs. So 5 days. This is what I managed in 5 days. This is the corner with the most leaves. This corner over here I think has one fewer leaf, and then the bottom corners just have a couple leaves. So really, one more solid week on this, and this can shift into my needs less than a week bin, because I think one more week and I would finish this corner, more words, and I would be making my way down into these leaves. So that's encouraging that really this is 6 days work. So I was happy, but I put it away Friday night because I thought maybe I got a cat walking around over there on piles of things. Koopy, what are you doing? Trying to find a sunny spot on some fabric. Yes, he's making a nest, or just thinking he's going to lay down on it because there's sunshine, which I understand. So I put it away Friday after working on it Friday night, and then I got out one of my things that I'm trying to do a little monthly installment on, which was Lizzie Kate's Tingles. I'm doing the whole banner piece, and I didn't bring over my little project bag to be able to show you or tell you what the fabric is, possibly what's called for. And I'm working on this, and because I was just we were watching something on Netflix that was holding my attention, so I mindlessly started the other box without worrying about what was going on inside. So that's next month's installment. Next month will be the one with the little boot. So I'll finish this afternoon. So pretend I showed it to you finished. So that I can say to you here and now that my January installment on Tingles is done. So it will be before the day is out. And when that is done, this week's project will be my Prairie Schooler that I started on Thanksgiving, which is this one. And I literally worked on it for like a day. I don't even know. I'm going to have to guess this is the top because I always roll up what I hold in my left hand. That is like coming around. That's some amount of the turkey's body. Don't ask. You'll just have to be surprised next time I show it to you how much I got done or didn't get done in a week. If that Shannon Christine ornament drops, I'm going to stop everything and stitch it, because then that's a whip that gets done. I really thought that would be a whip I got done before the year ended, but things beyond my powers have stalled it out. I'm going to have to get up and just reach on the other side. Darn. I'm going to have to stop you and start again because I think I need to move you to get out of here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm like sort of wedged between my ironing board and a stool where you are sitting. The ironing board has all my projects on it. My sewing machine is over here, and you're in front of me. So, the next thing I plan to do is now that I've put it out there and the universe, and I'm now committed to a Santa, trying to do a Santa each year. I already had a Santa kitted up from several years ago. And so I decided that would be a start that I'm going to start next week. Just spend a day on it. First, I want to bring your memory back to going to get this bound. Talked about it in my last video. That would be video 88 if anybody's interested. I think I talked about it in 87, showed you the results in 88. And here we are in 89, and I'm showing you what I did. I did another one. This was the book that I had kitted up a Santa years ago out of. Well, now that I know the binding of it works, here's the shell, and anybody who encouraged me just to throw it away last time, when I was putting stuff away after the video, I walked into the kitchen and dropped it in the garbage. I cannot save things just for the sake of saving things. So, all right. They put the back cover on upside down. It's not going to break my heart. I might need to say next time, please put the cover on right side up. The Santa I have kitted up out of here is called the American Santa, and it is this one. So it just seems a good choice. I mean, it's so cute, and here's the artwork that that picture originates from, right? Isn't that pretty? Huh. So I'm doing it on a piece of white. Don't even know what it is. It's not anything fancy at all. So that, I think it's going to be fun. He's not nearly as like elaborate of a picture that I've done in the past, but I'm not trying to outdo myself from year to year. So there we have it. That's it for projects and whips and whatnots. We're going to take a little tiny walk down memory lane. Angie Bub-My, I'll try to link her below, here on Flosstube, showed her wedding sampler that I believe she'd stitched herself, right, Angie? And she talked about needing to reframe it, I think. And I said, oh my gosh, mine is the same. I have the same one. My sister stitched it for me. I've been married 32 years almost. And she stitched it for me back in the 80s. And here it is. It's the exact same one. She framed it in a frame that she could have gotten, just off the shelf. I mean, she's younger than me. I got married when I was 25, so not a lot of money to be spending in these kinds of things. Interestingly enough, though, I am pretty darn sure she cut it to size, the frame. So reframing it's not really a possibility. It may or may not be on sticky board. I have no real way to know. But it's held up like this for 32 years. I think it'll handle the rest of its lifespan. So 80s, right? That was the whole thing. And she talked, I'm pretty sure, Angie, right? You talked about, made mention of what colors were in your wedding. Well, mine was that like peachy orange. I'm not sure if green came into it at all. Somebody gave me a shower gift that was something they had painted that was like that light green, something for in the kitchen. Maybe it held like your wooden spoons and stuff. It was that peach and light green. So somehow, I don't know, blue tends to be my favorite color, but I can't remember a color of anything other than the peach color. I could look at my wedding pictures, but it's okay. Oh my gosh, so there we go, 1980s. They're knocking. They want their colors back. They can have them. Oh my gosh, so it's a Monday. Life is so not exciting. I can't even tell you anything worth listening to that's happening. I was thinking yesterday, as my attention span is that of a gnat, that when you have a hobby you like to do and you wish you could spend every waking minute doing it, when you're at work you wish you were home doing it, when you're out running errands you can't wait to get home, you do your housework looking forward to doing your hobby. Well, now we kind of have like all that time. Generally, me, I don't work, so I'm not trying to battle that. People are working at home, whatever. It's, there's no plans to be made. So I think this is what we want. This is always what we wish for. And I can't concentrate on any one thing for very long, but I know it's, Groundhog Day number 300, so who wouldn't be faulted for maybe losing the whole stay at home thing, losing its luster. I don't know. I keep getting disheartened when I find out how long I'm going to have to wait until I can get a vaccine, which is like next summer, probably. I'm in like the lowest group. So what can you do? I can keep staying home, keep doing the things I like to do, which I have plenty of supplies and stuff, so it's not even a matter of waiting for anything to come in the mail. None of that. That's all done and over with. What can I say? I was born in the Midwest, so I'm going to claim that for why it is I say a Midwest goodbye, which I just love that. That may be its legitimate name, but generally what I'm doing is my mind is working its way through, what did I intend to tell you that I have forgotten? So I kind of try to mentally think back, think to what I did, think of what I'm doing, think of what I'm planning, and whatever. I don't know. What can I tell you? So anyway, I'm going to do my best to keep my little cross stitch journal and have it have meaning. So maybe by the end of the year, I can tell you what I went into the year with and what I came out of the year with. I'm sorry, I kicked the legs of the stool. I have a plan for February that is very not a thing I think I've ever done, I don't think. So, but I'm subject to change. So at the end of January, when I've worked on some January things and have those to show, I'll talk about what I think I want to do in February. So anyway, stay safe, stay well, keep stitching, and we will talk again soon.